Welcome to another episode of Mathematics Fanatics, where we're going to go over a radical equals a binomial. So today we're going to solve the problem k equals the square root of 4k plus 12 minus 3. So the first thing we got to do, step one, is we got to isolate the radical. To isolate the radical, we are going to add 3 to both sides. So instead of a negative 3, we'll add a positive 3 to the other side. So now we have k plus 3, which is a binomial, across from the square root of 4k plus 12, which is a radical. Now to get rid of the radical, we're going to square both sides. So we'll take k plus 3 and we'll square it, and we'll square the radical 4k plus 12. And this gets rid of the radical, so now you just got 4k plus 12. But now you got k plus 3 times k plus 3. And you got to double distribute here, so this becomes k squared plus 3k. This becomes plus 3k and 9. And it's still equal to 4k plus 12. And if we combine like terms, we get k squared plus 6k plus 9 equals 4k plus 12. Well, you can see it's a quadratic, so we're going to set it equal to 0. Which means we're going to have to move things to the other side. So we got k squared plus 6k plus 9 and 4k plus 12. And we're going to subtract the 4k and the 12. And now we got k squared plus 2k minus 3, and it equals 0. Well, now that we're at this point, you know what we can do? We can factor and solve. So we'll say a times c is negative 3 and b is 2. And negative 3 is 1 and 3. But if this is positive, then the bigger number will be positive and the smaller will be negative. And now to solve, we just say k minus 1 equals 0, which means k equals 1. K plus 3 equals 0, which means k equals negative 3. Now our last step is we have to check for extraneous solutions. And that means we got to plug in the answer. Plug in the answer. And our original problem was k equals square root of 4k plus 12 minus 3. So we'll plug in the 1. 1 equals 4 times 1 plus 12 minus 3. And 4 times 1 plus 12 is 16 minus 3. And that's really the square root of 16 is 4 minus 3, which is 1, so this works. Let's try it with the next one. If we put in a 3, let me try that again. 3 equals the square root of 4 times 3 plus 12 minus 3. Well, 12, hold on, this was a negative 3. Negative 12 and 12 becomes 0. The square root of 0 minus 3 equals negative 3. Well, the square root of 0 is 0 minus 3, which does equal negative 3. These answers both work. And that's how you solve a radical equals a binomial.